Good morning from Buzum. Like in my head, I have to keep remembering like Juzum, and then Khuzum, and then it's Buzum. Good morning from Buzum. I am staying at Alina's place. It has been pouring since last night, but it's stopped now. And as you can see, and as you can tell, I am heading to go for a walk. I think I'll make a little circle around the house. Is Lido far away?
Is it, but not far.
Maybe I'll go to Lido.
You go out
Mm.
to enjoy
Mhm.
and you should nochmal. Еще раз направо,
Мгм.
там уже будет видно.
Oh, nice. И потом обратно просто.
Да.
Okay. Let's see what this little in Germany have. Oh, I have to show you guys the orchids. Beautiful orchids. Look at this. This is Blumen. Lila Blumen. Schön lila Blumen. Does adjective go in the beginning? Schön Blumen.
Schön lila Blume.
Schön lila Blumen. And then this one is about to bloom very, very soon. The people here will be blessed with such beautiful flowers. And then there's this little tiny one. This is what Alina is currently doing. What's the plant?
Это женское счастье называется. Я не знаю, как
Женское счастье.
ботаническое название, я не знаю. В русском это женское счастье.
It's so pretty. My mom also has женское счастье дома. What else? What else? Can I have a shopper? Если есть. Не прямо сейчас. Вот так. I've been asking Alina for a coat, clothes, or shopka. Now I'm asking for the shopper. And now go and see beautiful streets. I love North. I love northern Germany. I don't know where this is coming from. Maybe I haven't seen rain enough. Because in Budapest, I've got used to Budapest. But I think I would also love to live in the north. Would I actually love it? I don't know. Am I loving it right now? Absolutely. Do I need the microphone for this? I guess no. Don't really need to open this, but hello from the park, from the walk, from the street that is surrounded by bushes, trees, greeneries, and just you know, the road to walk. I am loving it here. The only people I've seen so far are grandmas and grandpas and people on bicycles. Amazing. Ooh, there's this road. I see farm animals. I see pony. Ooh, Alina was talking about these ponies yesterday. And then I see farmers. It is so freaking cute. It is so serene here. I feel like I'm in the village. I feel like all my worries are away and I am just part of this nature. And then I feel like breathing. I feel like walking and living. Oh my god. I didn't know I could feel these emotions. Also, did you notice the sun? See, I'm so getting used to the northern Germany, that I am loving the sun. I'm surprised by the sun. I mean, I also come from like the northern region of my country. I've lived there for 4 years, and I've spent all my summers in the northern region as well, so I know what the life in the north is like. Experiencing the northern Germany in and of itself cool. Do I go further? If I go this way, I think I could go for a little longer walk. If I go that way, I think that will be the end of. Okay, I'll go this way. So far, let's talk. Oh, that is a ginormous Ichki. What do you call Ichki? I don't know. Pony Raten. I've no idea what Raten is. Hufeisen als Glücksbad. Bringar. I know what gluk is. Gluk is happy. Ginormous Echki. I don't know if you're seeing it as well. There are donkeys, horses, ponies, farmers. Also these bars, the fences. I really like it here. Beautiful. Oh, okay, let's actually talk about the city. I don't know if I'll be having the time to talk about the city and how it is organized, and also I'll have like fresh knowledge from what I heard yesterday from Alina. So she explained how a lot of things are organized within the city, the districts, the regions, the transportation, and everything. Which is like the word organized already speaks, like, is the perfect word to describe it. It's also comfortable for living, or like organized life, or just organized people. I don't know if I'm giving the full like description to it. Okay, one of the things that I do remember now is, so they have these signs basically when they have like emergency, when there's fire, when there is earthquake. Could you go there and earthquake? Like when there is emergency on their streets, like in every city, I guess they have these signs where like sign that shows like people. That means like people have to like gather up there, and when there is an emergency, people go there and wait for other people who are responsible for like giving information, instructions, and whatsoever, updating them on the situation, will be waiting there, or they will come and inform them, how the situation is resolving, like at that point, like at that station, or like at that stop. So that is one thing. I think it is very important for cities to organize, like to have such points, because like you are in general preparing people for any kinds of emergency situations, and second of all, you are teaching people, you assign responsibility to certain people, and then you're also teaching people how to navigate, or like follow the safety rules, like safety regulations. So that's one. I think it's amazing. Another thing is the transportation. Oh wow, do you guys want to take a look at this? Oh, there's one more about the trains. I landed in Berlin, so I took a flight from Budapest to Berlin. Got here, my flight was at 5. Then I got here at 7. And I waited to figure out things and to just wait around. I think I waited around the airport for half an hour, for 1.5 hours, or maybe 2. And then at 9 I had until I figured out where the train. Oh my god, I'm having flashbacks. Until I remembered where the train station was, like at the airport. In Berlin there is a train station, like there is a train system. You don't call it system. Like their trains operate within the airport. Hello. So it took me a while to find my way from the arrivals until, I'm pretty sure it's like, if you get to know how the whole airport thing works, maybe. But I didn't, of course, and I asked people around, and there was such a nice person. There were 2 people actually. One, I think I asked for the directions. Oh, from one person I asked from the arrival point until the, where the train was, and then he didn't speak English. He spoke on the German. He tried to explain. He did explain, showed me the directions, and I didn't find it. And I asked another person, and that person also didn't speak English. But then, like, thanks to those 2 people, I was able to actually find my way around. If I go further, I'll probably go further because I have a lot to talk. Not a lot to talk about until it starts raining. Anyways, I was able to find the train, and then I took my first train from Berlin till I reached Hamburg. I think I changed 3 trains. So from that train to another station, then from there to another, and from there to the one to Hamburg, and then I got to Hamburg. My way to Hamburg was the most difficult, the longest train, because first, like in the beginning, we waited for half an hour, and then they kept like informing people like, wait a little bit, we don't know the exact time when the train will depart, but there are constructions going on. And then they told everyone to leave the train. Of course, I don't speak and understand German, but everyone was leaving, and I just followed everyone out. And then the constructors, what do you call them? They explained that they gathered everyone. And they explained that there was a fire on the train and that they had to get everyone out, and then we had to wait for the train, and then there was no specific time. We all waited outside for like 20, maybe 20 minutes at most, and then they told us that there will be replacement buses, and we all, like everyone, started running to those replacement buses. A lot of people, imagine like this huge train and then just small replacement buses, amounts of people outside waiting. So we all waited. Sounds of the nature. We waited there for an hour. New train arrived. Everyone went back again. And then from there, we got to Hamburg. And wow, heat, the weather, the amount of people again, and the amount of transportation in Hamburg was insane. Okay, I also arrived on a day where Germany had the heat wave. It was freaking hot. But like on my way here, it was pretty cold because it was 3 a.m., 5 a.m. Hello, my plane was at 5, so kind of imagine that it was pretty cold around, but in Budapest as well, and at the airport. And when I got here, it was also morning. Until I got to Hamburg, I was fine. I was totally fine. But then I waited for my train for 40 minutes, and then took the train from Hamburg to, I think that was from Hamburg to Flensburg. I hope that was my last train. Yeah, and then they changed like when I was in Hamburg and waiting for my train, they changed like from one location. So they have platform numbers from 1 or from 0. I guess from 1 until 14. The one in Hamburg. So they changed the Flensburg one twice. So like first they changed from one platform to another. I think 4 or 7. And then they changed it from that 7 or 8 to 14. And then people started, like, I didn't even notice. Like, I thought that was the final change. But then I remembered that I have to, like, keep looking at the screen. And once I looked at the screen, the Flensburg one was the platform 14. And I freaking ran to 14. I couldn't because there were tons of people. And thankfully, like, there were lots of people going to the Flensburg. I did make it to the train to Flensburg, and we waited for a little while to then finally set off to Flensburg. And it was hot. 2 hours to Flensburg from Hamburg. And yeah, and that's how I got to Flensburg. And then I almost got there. My friend Erkanush, she hosted me in Flensburg. She lives there, and she hosted me in Flensburg. And her flatmate, Mia, she's from Germany and she's German. She was waiting outside the... What time is it? She waited for me and then she took me home. We walked from the station to their house, and that's how I successfully arrived from Budapest. And it was a long journey. Also, it took me 11 hours from Berlin to Flensburg on a train. 11 hours. Also, like, I kind of compared that to like other trains from like around Europe, because there is like express train. What do you call it? Like inter-European express trains. Apparently they go from what? They go from Poland, hello, to maybe Austria, Vienna, whatever. And that train takes 11 hours. I took 11 hours from Berlin to Flensburg. Pretty sure that was the longest ride. And then that is literally going to be the same thing back. I don't know how is it like in Budapest right now. Pretty sure it's hot. I need to go to the Lidl. Hello. Oh yeah, so then I stayed, I think the day I arrived, and then the next day I just stayed at home because I was tired. And I just stayed at home, I chilled, and this is actually the best holiday for me to, be away from the social media. No more studying, no more deadlines, and to, just to be present. I read a few books. I brought books with me. I journaled. I didn't even get to film because I think I was just enjoying the moment. I was trying to be in the present because for a little while I've lost that ability, and it is such a blessing to be able to see the things around, to be able to feel the life around you, and to just live your life. So I am thankful that I was able to, that I had the opportunity to visit my friends and have such an amazing time. So yeah, I am tired. I don't know where my energy levels go to. What the heck? But other than that, that is it. Maybe. I don't know. I want to sit. I am taking a break, as you can see. Also, feel like it's about to rain. Maybe in half an hour. It is beautiful. The sky is. I'm missing like full sky. I know you wouldn't get it. Maybe you will. Maybe you would. Maybe you will. But like, I got used to living, being surrounded by buildings because I live in Perside. I live around university, very close to. I live very close to my university, and it is located on Perside. And Perside has like lots of buildings, and you don't necessarily like look. I do look at the sky, but you don't necessarily see like this sky. And for me, it is so important to have a beautiful, vast sky above me. And I just now feel so, so grateful to have a peaceful sky above me, to be able to just sit here. This is a perfect background. People are flying planes. What do you call them? Those are not are they planes? Those are a type of planes, right? I want to be able to fly planes. Do I go home? Because this cloud seems like it's going to rain. But then the clouds, okay, which way are they going? Can I tell? They're going this way. Can you tell? Hello. I can even see like a little glimpse of blue sky. Just a little glimpses here and there. I also need to know like what time Lidl closes. It's Monday. I need to remember my way back. I need to find my way to Lidl first. I don't know if I will be able to film it there because in Budapest they don't allow you to film it in the stores. We'll see. I just got out of Lidl. Important updates. I went to Lidl, got my groceries. I'll show it to you guys later. Another thing is that it's either I have really terrible memory or I'm walking down the same street. I feel like, I hope. Or all of these streets are the same because I freaking don't remember the house. Where am I? I feel like I'm the wrong street. Dang, this looks exactly like the street that we were in yesterday. But also, here's the thing. I do remember the Bretza house. Maybe I don't know. I'll try to take a turn to the right. There's also a turn to the left. But everything looks freaking same. So, oh, I remembered. Okay, everyone, I'm on the right direction. I'm on the right track. Of course, track. I was trying to remember this word so hard the whole time. Because I remember these flowers. I remember telling my friend that it looks amazing. It looks magical. And her telling me that because it's rainy all season, the trees are everywhere, as you can tell. And then they grow beautiful flowers, plants, trees, because of the humidity. They can just grow on their own because of the weather and how rich the weather is. Okay, now I do not really remember. I feel like this plant might grow on both of the streets. If it does, then I might have to walk the other way around and find the house. But wait, that building was huge. What the heck? Does that mean this? Because, like, I remember, like, from my photo memory, I do remember the way. I do remember the house. I do remember, like, the turn to the right to a small, it was just a small alley. And then you kind of cross to the street. Now I feel like lost officially. That is where I came from. That is the way to the big road. She told me to go right and then to the right. So like you go right. Where's the house? If you go right and then to the right. So like then the house should be on this direction. Then I might be able to find maybe from there. What the heck? I don't remember crossing the street. How the heck am I supposed to orient around when I don't see any like tall buildings? I see little. Little wasn't supposed to be that far from the place. Okay, my plan for now is to just keep walking. What if it's that house? No way! I found it, everyone. I found it! Okay, I found it. It is the house. Okay, I'm not lost officially. I remember the door, I remember the flowers, I remember the bike. I am back. I found the house. Even though it's a small town, I got lost and I'm proud of myself for finding my way back. Now I want to show you guys the grocery haul. What I got and what not. So let's see. Here's the bag, grocery bag from Lidl. Alina wants to cook damdama. For damdama, we need cabbage. Although I hesitate, I literally stood there for quite a long to like decide between two kapostas. Kaposta is how Hungarians say the cabbage. Körl is how Germans say it. And I kind of went on with this one because the other one was like ginormous, like the usual cabbage, round, but it was ginormous. I just could tell that I wasn't able to carry it back home. Bell peppers and pineapple. Actually, this was the plan when I told myself that I would eat a pineapple when I will be done with all my exams and thesis defense. And now here's my pineapple. We will open it soon. Then I got these. I actually thought every single one of them had like vegan, lactose-free and gluten-free signs. Just like this one. But I match with those flowers. Those are dried flowers. I also match with the Lila Blumen. What's the flower called? Oh god, I forgot. I guess see you guys when... I'll see you guys when we see you. Live in the north. You don't get enough sun. Does that mean you have vitamin D deficiency? And if you do that, how does your food intake look like? You have to like really care about like getting enough vitamin D, getting enough like orange, fish, the nutrients, or you'll be just fine. I guess you since you do live in such area, you kind of feel your body, you kind of know like how your body feels. I feel tired.
Жақтан су бияққа келеді. Мындай да, типа, как холмики, да? Бияқта люктар болады да. Типа, бияққа суға эки жаққа кетеді, там люк и только что прям ливень болды ғой, вот воды больше нет. Крумбак деген шартына.
Да, мне сказали.
Как ни странно, но город нас на пиво, но от Берлина десерт.
Try hamburger in Hamburg and Berliner in Berlin. У меня мозг просто... Что? Вот. Потом Айханыш говорит, что Берлинер это десерт.
Да.
Как pancakes?
Больше как пончики, знаешь, жареные пончики. Но там, короче, пончик деген ортосында чип болады ғой. Он целый как борсок. Içinde филинг бар да, там начинка есть.
Нам куда? Туда? Сюда? Да. Зайд?
Zeit.
Zeit, mehr Zeit.
Вкусняшка.
Что, его заберем, пожарим? Вот он. Их можно есть? Нельзя?
Хотелось бы.
Хотелось бы.
Водоросли дает как-то кухонный.
Значит, можно? Windsurfing.
Да, вон там, видишь?
Алина, что ищешь?
Медуза
Медуза толстая. Какой смысл?
Нет, они лежали. Мне кажется, их кто-то кушает. Чемчуктары, где кто-то кушает. Потому что на Болгондо прилив апликов как становится очень много, да? Красиво.
Может, туда залезешь? Да нет, нормально.
Осторожно, только они скользкие оказываются. Кажется, у тебя камера классная. Вау!
Water is rising. It's right here now. Everybody run. Alina says that this water goes back every 6 hours and comes back again. And in 6 hours it goes like way up there and then comes back. Какая beautiful water. In comparison to Westerland, там же волны прям огромные, сильные. Бях спокойно.
Типа, мода представляет отдельно, а Вестерленд выплатная часть, да? Скидывая часть.
So this is still the northern sea. I saw you again. I thought I wouldn't see you again, but I saw you again. Now we say our last goodbyes. Well, I'll touch the water to say our last goodbyes. Here. Oh, what is that?
Pamiętam, gdzie tydzień czuł, że się odczytał.
Almost. Almost half a century. Morning from July 8th. My flight is tomorrow. I am on my way to Lidl. I want to try the Berliner. Apparently, Berliner is the pastry. I might also go to the left and go to the bakery. I have no idea why am I going to Aldi. Honestly, yeah, I don't really have plans. And I think I will to Aldi because yesterday I was at Lidl. I want to get the rice pudding. Do I stop by Lidl and try to find the Berliner here? I might as well do that. Good morning from the kitchen. Just got back from this store. Just got back from the Aldi and Lidl. I went to the first and then I went to Aldi just to see what Aldi is like. Do I need my microphone? Because there's a dishwasher walking currently. Anyways, I finally, drum rolls, went to get a Berliner. You know, this donut was called Berliner. But these are my favorites. I don't usually get them. And then I remember Chopin introduced me to these milk rice puddings. And then recently I had it at Akanish's place. Water. I've got the shoes. I've got the dress. That makes me a princess, I guess. Here is my breakfast. Rice pudding. This is how it looks like. Never liked puddings, but recently these are proving that actually they're good. They were out of vanilla flavored ones. This one's just plain rice. They also have the ones with dark chocolate or just chocolate, ones with cinnamon, and I also saw ones with cherry. Is cherry a berry or a fruit? A Berliner. I got rid of the filling inside. It wasn't jam, raspberry jam. I am having a little anxiety. I don't know why. It's like right here. I gotta go, plan my day, do the things that I have to do before 12, and then 12 is in 1.5 hours. So, you know, this tinge of anxiety when you have before traveling or like before doing something big. And I'll go and pack and I guess leave. I just got this reminder. As you can remember, I was getting so anxious and everything. And the text goes like this: Allah has never disappointed anyone who has placed their trust in Him. Do your best within your power and leave the rest to Allah Almighty. If something is beyond your understanding or control, let it go and trust that Allah will handle it. Do not waste your energy on what you cannot change. Embrace this mindset and you'll find peace and strength in every challenge, inshallah. Inshallah. Just a reminder. I'll see you guys at the train station.